Look, what I don't understand about you two is you are incredibly successful television and film actors, incredibly successful, and you are going to the Edinburgh Fringe to do a sketch show, like, you know.
Yeah, at a huge financial loss.
Yeah, what the hell are you thinking? That's the wrong way around. People go to Edinburgh Fringe in the hope of becoming huge TV and film stars and never are. And you've decided to do it the other way around. You've become incredibly successful and are going. I mean, I know you've been there a lot before, but you're returning to the Fringe. What's the thinking?
That's very nice of you to say. I mean, the thinking is genuinely we love it so much. Yeah. We are crazy, but we're sort of unusually crazy about it. We've always had a good time. And actually, probably our favourite ever year was the worst show we had.
Right.
Like,
Our
we got
second show was
exclusively
awful.
bad reviews. People didn't like it. We
so
had
bad. Our
walkouts.
producer hated watching it.
And we were just running around like crazy. People were so happy.
Yeah, there was nothing to do with the show. We'd have to do the show for an hour a day and then we'd have the best time of our lives.
Yeah.
Although...
It was just wonderful.
But I think... Why are we going back?
Why are we going back?
We were supposed to go last year.
Yeah. We've kind of been prepping a sketch show for like 3 years in a way. Yeah. Not that the work is reflective of that amount of time, but we have wanted to go back for ages.
I think we've been doing it for 10 years, sketch comedy together.
Yeah.
Which is odd in itself. Why, people say. And I think we have been really lucky and worked very hard and got some really amazing opportunities. And sort of because of the sketch comedy we were doing. And it's the thing that we love coming back to. And we write together a lot for various sort of film and TV things, which is really lovely. And our sort of way into any idea is sort of through sketch accidentally, because we've been doing it in one way or another since we were 13. And so I think it's just our sort of like touchstone. It's our home base. We became best friends when we were kids.
Yeah.
And just coming out of that stage of like, playing versus you don't really play anymore because you're a teenager. And I think sketch was always the way that we were like, we can still be kids for a bit, and we've just never really fallen out of love with it. And what we've learned, I think, in our 10 years of doing it is we used to try and go to the Fringe with these sketch shows that maybe meant something and that had something at the core of them that people could take away and go, wow, I've really learned something. And now we're like, no, people just want to have fun. Let them. Stop trying to tell people about the environment.
Yeah.
Let them watch a nice sketch.
Yeah.
Yes. This show is probably our stupidest. It's definitely our stupidest show.
Yeah, and I think therefore our best.
Yeah, it's really silly and it's really fun for us to do. Like, we love doing it. We did our final work in progress last night and before the Fringe, and it was just so dumb.
Yeah.
We just love it. We just love it. And also, as we do work a little bit more, like writing for TV and film, as Charlie says, you have like rounds of notes from people, which are great because they're smarter than you are and they know how to do things really well. But sometimes you just want to have a stupid idea about an egg and put it on stage later that day and buy an egg hat and just like get it in front of people.
Yeah.
And the Fringe is like the place that you can do it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I'm very glad. I mean, I love, I started out doing sketches and it would then be, but it was at a very unfashionable time to do sketches, and that it all sort of fell away. And it does. I am really glad that Saturday Night Live has done so well, but also the sketches are, because it is. I think it's you're both fantastic actors, but it's a great way to just take a character, isn't it, and do a snapshot of a character.
100%.
Yeah.
And it makes. I actually think it's the best acting we do.
Right.
You're great in Vladimir, honey. I loved you in
You're great in
17.
Rooster.
But
I
I
loved
think,
you in Pure.
Thank you so much.
Loved you in Pure.
But I think you're fantastic in that Burger King advert.
Can I say Plants?
You must.
Is one
You
of my
must.
favourite. Well, it's just moving.
Well, it's
the way
it's
the
all one-
cheese
yeah.
covers
It
you.
is sad. It is sad. But I think our sketch stuff is sort of our best acting because it is the biggest stuff that we're able to do. I feel like we are such big. Some of it's quite broad. Some of it's quite physical. It's always doing silly voices and making absurd choices. Really fun. And then you get audition after audition after audition for like a serious woman, and you're like, but how on earth have you called us in for this? And I think it's where we get to sort of. I think men in sketch comedy. Maybe this isn't true, but I'm pretty sure it is. Will then get cast in comedies where they can do big things, and for some reason, women in sketch comedy then get cast as like the Prime Minister's secretary.
Okay.
And you're like, well, that's fascinating, and I'm really glad to get the payday. But at the same time, like, you cast me because I did a sketch where I played a Bond girl with like no arsehole. How are we here? Anyway.
That's a good idea for a sketch.
Actually, a wonderful idea for a
It's a
sketch.
good idea for. I'm hoping that's in the show, and if it's not, you have to put it in the show.
We'll put it in the next one.
We have once done a sketch about a Bond girl, and it was our worst ever sketch.
Yeah, but I think we can revive it.
We
can revive it.
Think about it.
So the show, you're doing 2 shows, right? So you're doing a play as well.
Doing
but
2 shows.
Yeah, this show is Britney Holy Mackerel. That's the sketch show, yeah?
Yes.
At 4:50 in the afternoon at the Pleasance beside. Love the Pleasance. Tell me about the play as well.
The play is a 2-hander, which is on at Summer Hall at noon. Okay. It's called Jitters. And Charlie's in a wedding dress. I'm in a sort of suit-esque thing. It's tense for the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hopefully, we don't really quite understand why it's so tense. And the 5-minute reveal is that Charlie's character, in 1 hour's time, is marrying my character's dad.
Okay.
And it started as a sketch, of course.
It started as a sketch because we were like the funniest relationship we could have on stage, as if Charlie's my like quite unbearable new stepmom.
Yeah. We were like, that's funny, and then we couldn't make the sketch work. And Ellen was like, I think there might be a play in this. Can I go and write? Can we take a few weeks off and I go write a play? And I was like, yes. Then I don't have to do anything. Write a play. I'll watch TV for 2 weeks. And then a while later, Ellen came back with this really fantastic play, and we were like, doing 2 shows is absurd.
Yeah.
But we don't know next time we'll get to do Edinburgh. We hope we get to do it as many times as we can, but it's phenomenally expensive now. And it's hard to find time in our schedules. We never know what we're going to be doing one year to next. So it's just like, now that we had the opportunity, we were like, we've kind of been working on the sketch show for a while. Yeah.
That feels like we can probably get it ready.
Yeah.
Should we try and make our lives unbearably difficult and also try to do a quite serious play?
We thought, should we ruin the friendship 20 years in? Yeah.
Let's try and sabotage it.
100%.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean, it is interesting doing a play. I'm trying to think because I did plays in the 90s, and I was probably also I was doing like that double act show at the same time. When you're young, you can do it. I think once I turned 40, I stopped doing 2 shows a year.
Oh, fine.
But
we've got 18 more years.
I couldn't do it now. I can do half a Fringe run, and that's it. But actually, I'm doing two podcasts 2 of the days I'm up there. So that's
4
going to
shows.
be quite a lot. So yeah, 4 shows in the weekend, and then so 14 in 12 days I'm doing.
Okay, well that's a lot.
That's all right.
That's loads.
That's loads.
Yeah. It means I don't have to do any work for the autumn though, so That's...
Oh, okay. Well, that's absolutely lovely then.
Hopefully, it won't work out that way. Look, so Britney, you still call the double act Britney, but that comes from that. So the first show you did came out quite a serious.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. In 10 years ago, I had a brain tumour.
Yeah.
And that was a shock. They often are. And we found I came. I was living in America, and I came home, and told my GP I feel a bit funny. He put me in for a bunch of tests, and then very quickly they were like, "You have a brain tumour. It's benign, we think, but it's in a life-threatening part of your brain."
Okay.
And so you hear like benign and you go, "Oh, amazing, I'll be fine." And they're like, "Well, hang on a minute, honey,
Good news,
no."
bad news.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, on the one hand, amazing. On the other hand, oh no, this is
I mean,
bad.
can you really call it benign if it's going to...
It's a tough one, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a tough way. It's really a hard diagnosis. And they were like, so it's in a really bad place. We've got to try and get rid of it. And we've got to do that all very quickly. So I ended up moving back in with my parents and going through it all. And then Ellen one day was also there and then didn't leave. And I sort of realised a few days later she'd also moved back in with my parents. And I think my parents sort of clocked it 5 days in as well. And Ellen was like, "Well, I'm just going to be here for the foreseeable because this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. And therefore us, sort of." And then do you want to take it away from there?
Well, yeah, it was all very weird. But we were also laughing about it all the time. Like, we were just like, cracking each other up constantly about it. Particularly you were making me laugh about it so much. And you wanted to go to New York. You wanted to go back to New York and be an actor. And I wanted to do stuff here. And we talked about doing the Fringe as a sort of like pipe dream when we were younger, and I was like, maybe we could go to the Fringe and take something about this. And Charles was like, no way, under no
that's insensitive.
And then I got her dad on board,
right,
and that really changed things. Her dad was like, "Yeah, I like this idea because I feel like you guys can look back over this year and not think of it as like this sort of horrible, quite scary thing.
Yes, yeah.
You'll think of it as like the year that you made a show.
Yeah.
So then we did it.
Yeah, we did it, and we called it Britney because that's what we called the brain tumour.
Yeah.
Because she needed to have an iconic name, and my brother had given me a card that said, if Britney Spears can get through 2007, you can get through anything. And we just thought, Britney the brain tumour really rolls off the tongue.
Yes.
And so that's what we called the show. And we were never intending to call ourselves Britney, but when we were going round Edinburgh, the show ended up being a success completely randomly because we didn't have any sort of PR, or we had like 2 posters, terrible flyers, and we were...
But we had a wonderful producer, Al, who still produces us, who runs Country Mile now, who was in his final year at university.
He was a teenager and he did it for free.
He had produced in his time at university, in 3 years, something like 98 shows.
Yeah, amazing.
He was just like prolific. And I knew that he was taking a show up to the Fringe already. And I was like, Al, is there any chance you would also produce this like tiny little show? We don't need anything from you. And then it ended up going really well.
Yeah, we
to my
sold out.
complete shock. Because on the train up, I'd said to Charly, like, just so you know, the average Fringe audience is 4 people. Like, don't get your hopes too high, basically. And she secretly
I was like,
no,
we're going to win Oscars for this. I was like, okay, 4 people, we're going to sell out. It's going to be standing room only. And we were both right, because we had 4 people on our first night, and then within a week we were selling out most nights, which was great.
Yeah.
But we were walking around Edinburgh and people would be like, oh, it's Britney.
Right.
And so we were like, okay, I guess that's us now. So then it was really nice. And then obviously 10 years later, people were like, so why are you guys called Britney? And we're like, oh God, sit down for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to explain, and also baffling when we just get booked for mixed bills and they are expecting one woman called Britney to arrive and there's 2 of us. It's just like, it's such a bad idea.
Bit of a jump scare.
Yeah. Also, obviously, when you try to look us up on Google, nothing says all about Britney Spears. So it was like a terrible name, but in every conceivable way.
Yeah.
But we sort of love it.
Yeah.